Welcome to Magic with Melly. I'm eating Panera. Yeah. Some of you may enjoy just putting your own spin on words. Like, I say Sephora sometimes instead of Sephora, because I know it irks people and they're like not willing to like just release anything, like people who are stuck in the matrix or people who are conforming to what everybody else is doing. And it's also like an inside joke with myself. So I do like to call it Panera. Sometimes it takes people a minute to pick up on what I'm saying, which is just fine sometimes. Sometimes you do need to make it harder for people to understand you because they already don't understand you. So it's like laughable, or like you can enjoy yourself a little bit more if you already know like they're like this. Like you can worsen the situation, but in like a humorous way, like a harmless way. Okay. So for those that are curious, I get the turkey avocado BLT sandwich. So that's what this is. They didn't mark it so I could show you, but I get the roasted turkey and avocado BLT. And, well, I get different things when I go to Panera, but I also got the green goddess salad. Oh, look, it says greens by Panera. So, this is what I got. Other times I get like macaroni and cheese, or I'll get the tomato soup. I'll get grilled cheese. They're so good. Yeah. Oh, and they raised their prices. The pick 2 used to be $11, and it's been a while since I've come back, and right now it's $16. This meal was only $13 because I had a $3 off, which expired today. I like some of you have really good timing and like kind of accidentally find things before they expire. That's fun. Good for you. Spirit wants me to channel the message on this little mark that showed up on my face. This blemish showed up after a visit to see my family in Chinatown. Now, Chinatown itself is safe, but Oakland, the rest of Oakland is it can be kind of criminal. And I was definitely on watch duty. Always looking over my back, always like checking, things. And it's definitely a masculine energy, okay? And being in your masculine energy too much or too long, it shows on the face. Spirit wants me to literally just, I guess, show by example. Who else just munches on the bread just because? Usually I dip it in my mac and cheese and my soup, but there's nothing to dip it in. So I'm just like munching on it. I've been really enjoying these lunches with my collective. So, thank you for being here. I'm sitting in front of a chase bank, so I wonder if some of you are chasing something, or chasing your dreams, chasing after somebody. I'm hearing this might be a message more for the masculines. The I don't chase, I attract applies to feminines. Masculines, you do have to chase after your woman. Didn't you know God is a woman? We literally have pussy portals. You want a woman? Go after her. If you're in some I don't chase, I attract energy, you must have been hurt by a feminine misusing this very notion, forcing you to chase. Men don't chase necessarily either. It should be mutual. So men, if you're chasing women, that's not necessarily okay either. But if you find yourself an attractive woman, whether it's mind, body, soul, whatever your reasons are for being attracted to her, shoot your shot. If he wanted to, he would. That applies to men that are balanced. Whatever you identify as, like, if you're trans, you're still a man, right? Like, you're still, like, trying to identify in the masculine energy. Some of you are sifting through the different energies. Some of you want balanced energy. Some of you want to be a divine version of it. Female or male. The number 22 is significant for somebody. And 303. The group could be significant for you. The musical group. And I'm saying orange. Definitely, I'm not the one that's supposed to be protecting me. You know, like, I think Spirit wanted me to let go of being overprotective of myself and other people. And that's why the blemish came through, because I'm like, yeah, I couldn't fully enjoy my conversation because I kept looking over my shoulder. Spirit's saying not to be so afraid of things happening, because spiritually you'll be protected. Like, anything that's not supposed to happen is not going to happen as long as you are with Spirit. However, if you're not spiritually protecting yourself, those random things do come in as attempts to, like, as wake-up call attempts, or even just a straight up wake-up call. I didn't get a drink. I had one already. I really enjoy these Arizona green teas with ginseng and honey. In my opinion, aside from the peace teas, which I think are made by the same company, these ones kind of seem the most, I guess, aligned and healthy ingredients. I know we still have, like, corn syrup and stuff, but just your calorie intake and, like, the sugars, it just seems a lot better by comparison to other Arizona brands. But that's what I'm drinking, for anyone who is interested in that. Pinky out. And my middle finger is healing. It could be a sign for somebody that you need to, I guess, not flip people off, but flip the situation on people that you want to flip off, I guess. I'm not really sure where that's coming from. Maybe you need to like change things around. Flip things around. Maybe you were picked on and it's like that era is ending. Now the universe is gonna pick on your bullies and then you don't have to do anything. Like literally, like you can exist and like your breathing could be sending back the karma, because that's just the level of karma they have. Someone could be public transit. It's either important or you use it or something, or it's significant to your situation for some reason. Maybe it was subject to conversation recently, just like public transit. Someone has tinted windows on their car. Protection. Spirit saying messages on protection. Tinting your windows could help from thievery, because you literally have to, like, if you have clear windows, you could just see into the car from not being close to the car, right? Just kind of like look by and kind of side eye. But if you have tinted windows, individuals literally have to do this a little bit to try and see, and that's too revealing. They're not gonna touch your car. Also, if you look like you're made of money or have money, they're going to be afraid that you're gonna sue them. No one's gonna fuck with you. It's just a layer. Not saying it's guaranteed no one's gonna fuck with you, but it's like less likely someone's gonna fuck with you because you have your layers of protection put into play. Some things do happen as just a wake-up call. Maybe a person or an event facilitated your spiritual awakening. Someone's wondering about like maybe the acne on their face and where it stems from. It could be how you're connecting to your situation. You'll get better at it as you take notice of things. Just like this one new one. I'm like, oh, it's my right side. Oh, it's above my eye. Okay. I was looking over my shoulder a lot. I was protecting myself maybe a little bit too much, and that's a masculine energy. Protecting, wanting to protect yourself, wanting to protect things, that's a masculine energy. Whether you're male or female or trans or fluid or whatever you are, it's a masculine energy. And so if it's overpowered, it will reflect. And I realize I do need to release that, which it came forward as like, shows up as a little sticky icky on the skin or wherever it shows up. Someone needs to pay more attention to like their acne on their body and like attribute it to their surroundings or who they're connecting with or what they're connecting with, like energetically. Sometimes your acne is just because someone's been putting stuff in your food. Know the difference, I guess. I'm sorry if you've been having food stuff put in your food, because it's not cool to have a distrust with your food. It's literally like something you need. I hope collective's not dealing with betrayal in their food, but it's also here in the reading because someone is. And I understand this. Like, I've sensed this for a long time of being scared of someone poisoning my food because I'm disabled. Or just poisoning my food. Not even poisoning it, like contaminating it with something that might cause me acne because they're jealous that I'm have clear skin, or you know, stuff that will make you gain weight because you don't want to, because they don't want you to look better than them. Like, some jealous figures do this. Could be mother or father figures. I'm hearing mostly mother figures do this because it's like the emotion is involved in it, and masculine's like female energy, feminine energy is more feelings. But men can do this too. Men can be insecure too and do this shit too. I'm just saying it's more common in women because when we're hurt, that's like the natural energy that we're in. Just saying. If there are people crossing your mind when I say specific sentences or phrases and you're triggered to think about them, it's probably them or surrounding them. Your intuition is a pointer, but it's not always accurate because your ego can be like restricting how the messages come in. Time and space to figure it out. Don't just react. Spirit wants me to talk about reaction abuse. That's a thing. I'm barely learning about it as well. Reaction abuse is knowing how you're going to react and continuing that pattern with you because the way you react makes you look a certain way. It could be anything. If you explicitly told your partner, I don't like when you text this person, and they continue to text that person, then you react. Then you react more. Then you react more. It's like then they start using that as reason to continue it. Oh, they're reacting. Oh, they look this way. Like, sometimes it's accidental that they view it that way. Like, a bad reaction makes someone look bad, right? So sometimes it's like, oh, see. But other times it's like they wanted to do that and they're like laughing, secretly laughing, enjoying your pain that they're inflicting because you're reacting to what they're doing. And it's like you may be just standing up for yourself, literally just standing up for yourself, but it looks bad because it's like reaction abuse. Like, they're abusing the way you react to things. Happened to me. The best you can do in that situation is not give them the reaction anymore. I'm hearing staying cool, calm, and collected. It starts to make them look bad. Because what was first being like the spotlight was on your reaction. Then, if there's no reaction, then the spotlight goes to, you did something wrong. And on purpose at that. Someone really needed that, I think. Because, shit, I really needed that. I'm learning about it after I had the experience. Some of you are learning about it before the experience or during the experience. Hopefully this helps, babes. Everywhere I look, there's a red car. There's one over there, and parked next to one. There's one behind me, and there was one at the stoplight. Like, maybe the number 4 is significant, since there was 4 that I can point out right now. Turquoise, the stone, or the color could be significant too. I'm done with my sandwich. This is a good sandwich. The girl at the Panera I just went to, she had the cutest earrings, and then she was like, "Oh my god, I love your hair." Then I got to show her this. It's literally because I'm the claw. Ooh. There's a masculine that's in a lot of pain because of the mess he made. It is what it is. I mean, you made your bed, now go lay in it. Ooh. That was a chopper. What's that phrase Arnold Schwarzenegger says? Get in the job, or something like that. I'll be back. It's been a while since I've seen any of those movies. And even if it has been a while, my memory is kind of slowly making its way back. I have a lot of trauma to sift through, and the associative, like the smaller details that kind of I wish I held on to, like as a kid, I just didn't hang on to. Yeah, like there's movies that for sure I seen, for sure I should remember, for sure I was of age to remember, but some things as a kid you tell yourself don't remember this, you know, and then you also tell yourself don't forget this. It's like, yeah, it's like that. Sometimes as a kid, it's like you block out an entire section of your life just to help you get rid of like the one traumatic thing. And then it's hard in adulthood of like, why can't I remember things? Someone needs to be told it's not that your memory is bad, or that it's not that like genetically you have bad memory, or like you got it from somebody. It's because you might have went through something that you did not want to remember. And it's like, now that you're having trouble remembering other things, I think it's time for you to remember now. Some things like the amount of sex that I was exposed to, where people were just straight up having sex in front of a kid. Like, yeah, I'm gonna block that out, where I'm just like watching TV instead of like paying attention to the sex that was happening right next to me. Literally, people who were supposed to be babysitting me weren't babysitting me. Yeah, lots of messed up things like that. That could probably have been a case for you if you resonate with my story or this reading. Or it could be just physical, like other physical things. I'm sorry that you went through that. I'm sorry that you want to forget. But behaviorally, you may have conditionings or like ways that you protect yourself that don't apply anymore, because maybe those people aren't in your life, or maybe that situation's not in your life. Like, those people have healed from what they were doing back then. Like, there's kind of energies that do and don't apply anymore, right? Like, behaviorally, you're like, okay, why am I like this? You can't really pinpoint why. It might be because of something you don't remember. and tapping in might help you heal something that you want, that behaviorally that you feel like you can't change. It's like you can, but it's giving, it could be the time to remember things. I know it's not fun, but it'll be worth it to get closer to the version of you that you want to, that you're trying to be, but you feel stuck getting to or going to, or like it's like you're on the path, but then the roadblock is something with yourself. Maybe remembering something about yourself, either your life purpose, remembering some trauma so you can heal it finally, some things like that, like just learning something about yourself in order for you to progress. I'm mixing my salad because I got this is the Green Goddess Cobb salad from Panera. So it has caramelized onions, chicken, grape tomatoes, egg, just to list, spring mix, lettuce, something like this. I don't know exactly. I just order it time and time again. Don't really need to. Sometimes I make changes to it, like I'll add like sesame seeds and stuff, but is anyone aware that Panera has drive-thrus sometimes? Like, they do offer drive-thru. Like, in my entire prior existence of Panera, it was all dine-in, at least in the Bay Area where I would go. And like here, there's a drive-thru version. Like, there's a drive-thru service as part of the normal restaurant. And I'm so blown away by the fact that you could just like pick up your Panera and chill in your car like I am right now. Like, they knew what's up. Someone is getting more comfortable with being seen, like people looking at you. I'm hearing it's because you've been getting in shape, so people are like wondering what you're doing to get the results that you're getting. Like, you don't even have to be completely in shape. Like, you're probably just in the practice of getting in shape and people notice it. So people are like taking a long look of like, wow. Someone could ride a motorcycle or is interested in riding. You might need a mentor or a role model, someone who's doing what you want to do and is willing to extend knowledge and resources. A mentor could be someone you already know, or you will receive one if you ask Spirit for help. But I'm hearing like, don't be too specific, but be specific about like the help that you need. Like, oh, I want to write my book, or oh, I want to go to the gym. Like, I don't know, like, if you ask for it, you shall receive. Just don't be specific about where it comes from. The other day, I was like, I want someone to hang out with. And I was like kind of putting it on someone to hang out with already. But then to my surprise, I got offered, do you want to hang out? And it will be literally my first time hanging out with that person. Came at the right time. But I first had to ask for it. And then be patient as to how and when it comes in, and like also recognizing it. Some of you doubt your blessings, your manifestations, because you're overlooking. It's much more simpler than you think. For example, I wanted to answer as to whether I should get sandwiches at Panera, Ike's, or Subway. I looked at Ike's, their menu. I was like, I'm not really feeling the food. So is it going to be Subway or Panera? Because they're generally good hits for me. When I logged on to Panera, I had $3 off. That's my sign to go to Panera. Like, I asked, I got an answer. Sometimes it's just not as immediate or more immediate than you originally thought. I'm hearing collective has to get used to being watched or looked at, because how are people going to learn anything about you if they don't watch you for a little bit? For example, I've been tapping into like love languages, and like how do my parents love themselves? What do they do for themselves? Do that, watch them and then try and match their energy, like match what they do for themselves. So, flowers. My mom's gonna want flowers whether my dad buys them or she buys them. Someone's gonna buy her flowers. So I started to as well. Hobbies, tapping into hobbies. I've been watching the hobbies that my parents have grow, and that's great. Which wasn't really ever occurring before. We get it, trust issues, we get it, jealousy, we get it, feeling, I don't know, obligated to always be around because I was disabled, feeling obligated to put in a lot of hours because I was disabled and needed a lot, whatever the reasons were. When we get older, we do sort of set our parents free just as they are setting us free. Some lessons in love do have to come later. Because I'm hearing some of you, the karma is part of the testament. Like, all the bad shit I've ever been through, I lived, loved, and learned through it. So now I'm bringing it to collective. None of Magic with Melly would be Magic with Melly if I didn't sit in the shit to learn from it. Wow, I'm getting really full. Someone needs to visit the dentist, because earlier today I was channeling messages on confirmation honks. I was channeling messages on the fact that someone can exchange more than an STD to you if you're like with a sexual intimate partner. They can give you a gum disease, and you won't be able to get that out just with a toothbrush and mouthwash, because once it's in your gums, you're pushing it more into your gums whenever you brush your teeth. And it's exchanged from saliva, like kissing, sharing drinks, sharing food. And you might not detect it until years later because of the progression, the way it progresses. Obviously, it progresses quicker if you have good hygiene, but if you have bad hygiene. And if you have good hygiene, you might not notice it right away. But someone needs to check. Okay, someone just simply needs to check yourself before you wreck yourself, okay? It's okay to not know beforehand, but now that you know, what are you going to do about that? If your teeth are yellowing and you don't really understand why, it's the gum disease. If you feel like your gums are receding, or if you've lost a tooth, it's that gum disease. The tomato popped. Sorry. I finished my salad. That was actually the perfect portion. Yum yum. Someone needs a haircut. Could be an update in style, or if you're letting go of things, cutting your hair might help you just energetically do things a bit faster. For example, my hair was down to my waist. Now look how short it is, and how many bags I've just dropped over at Goodwill. Ridiculous. Probably like 10 bags or more within this year alone. I'm talking big garbage bags of things. I had a hard time letting it all go before. And then once I cut my hair, it kind of just, it got quicker. Nines could be significant because I'm literally looking at 9999 as a phone number plastered on the side of this building. It's almost like collective's outgrown a lot of things. Like, kind of giving ready for the next chapter vibes. Like, everything that was supposed to happen in this chapter happened, and you're looking for more, but I'm hearing the inner work comes first. And then spirit will turn the page. Like, spirit will just drop the next thing when it's the right time. Like, don't force yourself into anything or towards anyone. Spirit knows when the energy is ready. And Spirit saying some of you, you're not ready, and it's about the inner work, right? Talking about that acne, talking about protection and masculine versus feminine energy, talking about chasing your dreams in a world where doing that is delusional, apparently. You're not delusional for having the desire to live your best life. What the heck? Live your best life. It's okay. It will be okay. You could live in this state, Arizona. You don't have to. I'm hearing that's significant for somebody. Someone really likes green tea. And particularly someone could benefit from having ginseng in their food more often, or garlic. Specifically garlic. I read earlier today that garlic really helps with parasites, like pinworms specifically, which you can contract through a sexual partner, or from sharing like undercooked foods, or sharing foods, sharing a bathroom. I think just like an intimate situation, right? You can get a parasite, you can get gum disease, you can get an STD. Someone needs to be celibate or be more protective when it comes to safe sex practices, or even just safety. Like, your safety practices could be increased. Like I said, someone's gonna be probably tinting their windows so thievery is not as likely. If they can't see what's in your car, they're not gonna want to rob your car. They're not gonna just risk it for no reason. And they're also not gonna like show up doing that, right? And there's also like the element of like protecting your energy. Sometimes you have too much energy and you're placing it inappropriately. Like, I'm sure me always looking over my back made people more scared than they needed to be. But it's like I was from out of town. And it wasn't even about profiling, though I think some of that energy returns back to me, where if they thought I was profiling them. By the way, I was just like super skeptical about my surroundings. Like, I get that if it was unwarranted, like definitely that overprotective energy can bite you in the ass. You could really enjoy a good walk. It doesn't have to be a walk on the beach. It could be just a walk around the block. But maybe that could be where you find some quality time or quality conversations, is perhaps walks around the lake or walks around the park, around the block, around the town, exploring a bit more. You might discover a new place that you never knew was there. Yeah. Okay. That's my lunchtime, friends. Stay magical, and thank you for being here, soul family. Bye.